More on the fight against ISIL. I'm joined now by Majid Rafizadeh. He joins us from Boston. Majid is an American scholar and political scientist and is president of the International American Council on the Middle East. He's also served as a senior fellow at Nonviolence International, based right here in Washington, D.C. Majid, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you for having me, Susan.
With the recent Paris attacks, we've seen an internal battle by al-Qaeda and ISIL to take credit for those attacks. Do you see these two groups ever coming together philosophically?
I think, Susan, ideologically, they share the same objective, which is creating an Islamic caliphate or Islamic state based on their version of Islamic law. But when it comes to the tactics and strategies used, they differ. Al-Qaeda, Al-Qaeda leader make an argument that the ISIS forces are more brutal and ruthless in the tactic and strategy they're using, and they are alienating the Muslim world from their objective. So I think mostly they are actually in competition with each other in order to reach their objective.
Well, based on that, do you see the anti-ISIL coalition being the ones to end ISIL? For instance, al-Qaeda perhaps annihilating them, or will it be a different power structure?
Well, I think they are using different power structure, but I don't think that they are going to scuttle each other plans in order to reach their objective, which is creating an Islamic state. What is happening now is a competition in order to recruit more forces between the Islamic State and the al-Qaeda organization. They compete with each other in order to be better organized and more coordinated, and in order to enforce their own framework of Islam, or their own objective over the mainstream Muslim world. So from my perspective, it's more really a competition rather than scuttling each other's plans and strategies.
Well, if they share a common value to create a caliphate, why not join together?
Well, I think their leadership split, particularly after the Syrian conflict erupted. They disagreed on the tactics and strategy they were used, and I think the mission of the Islamic State is also much bigger than al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda, they received a lot of blows after their leadership was dismantled, and their organization is much weaker than the Islamic State. And I think when you have these power resistance within the groups, and when you have split in the leadership, I think it will make it much more complicated to join each other and use the same cause. But I have to add, the Islamic State has been the Islamic State forces have been successful actually in reaching out to other rebel groups, not to al-Qaeda, to other rebel groups in Syria, and trying to convince them to join their cause. But I think the split in the leadership between al-Qaeda and the Islamic State is very deep, and I think it's too deep really to bridge.
Alrighty. Majid Rafizadeh, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Live from Boston.